Well, hello there, everyone. How you doing this Thursday, September 28th, year 2023? Yep, I'm back out on I'll call it my dock. It's my terrace, my balcony. Of course, if I look down there, I see water, right? Yep. Anyway, I am Mazske Finance, coming to you finally from someplace outside of Florida, south, down in the country of Panama. And guess what? It's going to start raining. If you look back there, you can't really see it. I don't know why you see it there, but if you look back there, there's rain coming this way, and I can feel a light drizzle coming here, so I'm going to move a little bit undercover. This might be a short video if the wind's blowing hard. So anyway, Mazske Finance. I'm not a CPA, financial advisor, not an attorney. I'm not a doctor or nutritionist. I'm just a guy that likes adventure. I like to stay young forever. Yes, real quick here. I've talked before about functional blood tests. And Miss and I had our second round of blood tests done prior to leaving Florida. We have gotten all the results back, and they now have given us our biological age. We have our calendar age. You know what your calendar age is, however old you are. Biological age is how old are you inside? You want to hear my answer? I'll tell it to you. Currently, I am 56 years old calendar-wise. I had a birthday recently, so I'm 56 years old, no longer 55. And biologically, I am 45 years old. So I guess for the thousands of people they've tested, my blood work comes back something like the average 45-year-old. Primarily American, but it could be other countries involved too. My hair's a mess. That's okay. Let's see. Still, I think a little light drizzle out there. So anyway, here's a question for you. What would you like to live in? A house or a condo? What would you like to invest in? A rental house or a rental condo? Okay, that's the question of the day. I don't have the right answer because we're all different. We're all individuals. What I may like is not something you may like. What you may like may not be something I like. I don't know. What I might like today, I might change my mind tomorrow, like something different. So, but anyway, we're staying in a condo. We've now been here. What is today? Today's Thursday. We've been here, I think, close to a week now. It's not a bad condo. It's one bedroom, two bathroom. It's kind of spacious. For being a one bedroom is spacious. Yeah, personal preference, I'd rather have a two bedroom, two bath, or a three bedroom, two bath, just for more space. But that's okay. I'm not living here permanently. I'm just here for I'll be here about another week, I think. We did find a house we're going to move into, and I'll tell you briefly about that. Then we'll get to the question of the day. What would you prefer? Buy a rental house or a rental condo? A vacation rental or a long-term rental? Okay. My house that I have in Florida is going to become a vacation rental. We shall see how that goes. But anyway, back to Panama. We did find a house. We have not signed the lease yet, so hopefully that will get signed here soon enough. And the tentative plan is we will move in next week. This house is a two bedroom, two bathroom house, but it's nice. It's built, I think, in 2015, so it's new. There's lots and lots and lots of windows all around. It also has a nice swimming pool, different than my swimming pool in Florida. I don't know if it's longer, it might be just a tad bit longer, but it's skinnier. It's like a rectangle. But I could definitely get into a workout in there and whatnot. My poor swimming style. There's a video of me swimming somewhere on my channel. But I could try to swim laps in there, I guess, best I can. And there's also a casita, a little house. This was one of my dreams. Could I get a house with a casita? There's a casita. It has a bed in there. I think it's a queen size bed, maybe. I can't remember now. It's a big bed, full size bed, queen size bed. It has a bathroom in there. There's enough space in there. I may get a little refrigerator and put it in there. I may get a little microwave, a coffee pot or a little microwave and put it in there. We'll see. We'll see. Friends and family could stay there if they so desire to visit. So technically, it's kind of like a three bedroom, three bathroom house, right? With a casita, with a fence around it, with a gate, carport, storage building for pool equipment, barbecue, built-in barbecue. What else? Fruit trees, papaya tree, lemon tree, maybe something else. So, and it's in this community. See all that green there? There's a beach down there. It is in this community. Did the drizzle stop? I might better walk back out here. very light drizzle. I can walk out for just a moment. I don't want to get my phone wet. I'll walk right here. All right. So you can see back there, there's a lot of green in this community. There's mountains, different places. There's the ocean right there. So the beauty of a condo, if you live in a condo, you can literally, most condos, not 100% of them in Panama, are a tower by the beach. The beach is right down below me. I could walk out of this room, get on an elevator. I'm on the 15th floor. I could go downstairs, walk down some steps, walk past the pool, go down a ramp or steps, and walk out to the beach. Beautiful beach. White sand, black sand. I don't see a single person on it right now. It's like that sometimes. This community is private. It has a gate to get into the town. It is a little wet there. And so on and so on and so on. So but we're going to move into that house. I was debating staying in a condo. But then what would you do? Would you live in a condo? Would you live in a house? We're renting. We may rent a house for a while. We got to walk maybe 5 to 10 minutes to be on the beach, but we have our own privacy. If we want to have friends over, my hostess here for this Airbnb, she lives in a condo 2 floors up, and she had the missus and I up there yesterday, and she gave us a glass of wine, and we discussed things. Real nice lady. She's actually from France. She's actually leaving today en route to go back over to France. I think she's taking a 2-month trip. France, Portugal, Spain, Italy, and I think she said Argentina or Venezuela. She might go to, and then back to Panama. She lives here. Okay, we met a nice couple on the beach last night, 2 Americans, and they've been here about 2 months. But they said they were leaving today. Also, they were flying to Madeira, Portugal. Madeira is an island off the coast of Portugal. My youngest son, his boat stopped in Madeira, Portugal, several years ago. And I remember him saying it was really nice there. So this American couple, they're going there for 2 months also, to Madeira, Portugal. So hopefully when they get back, I forgot to get their phone number. I remember their names today, but I don't know if I remember them 2 months from now. But we'll be living over there somewhere, and they'll be living in this building. So hopefully we'll run into each other again, because they're approximately our age, might be a little bit younger than us. So, but we'll see. But in regards to investing, I know of someone in the United States. He goes by Swanee. Swanee bought something like 8 condos or 10 condos. I forget what state they're in. And he kept them for several years, and then he sold them at peak price and rolled them into multifamily units, like a bunch of them. Michael Zuber did 8 to 80. Swanee did 8 or 10 to like 100, something like that. So, because sometimes you can buy condos cheaper than you can buy a house. You can do that here in Panama. A condo is cheaper than a house. Okay, but I've been debating it for a while now. Do I buy a condo here in Panama, and then I could rent it? They rent well on Airbnb, kind of like in Florida. Places rent well. Same concept here. They have what's called season. It's the winter season, the winter months. The snowbirds from Canada and the U.S. come down to Panama, and they rent some of these places from some of them late October to late November, up until late March, April, May, depends. A lot of Canadians come down here. I've been told Canadians who get Social Security, they can go outside of their country of Canada for a maximum like 6 months, something like that. And as long as they go back, they still get their Social Security. So they will come down here for 5.5 months or whatever it may be. And then they can be here when it's cold in Canada, and then they go back to the U.S. And then like a condo like I'm in now, my hostess told me she has a long-term guest coming in November 28th, and they're staying until April or so. And then during the rest of the year, she rents it to people like me. We may stay here a couple of days, not us, but people in general, a couple of days, a week, 2 weeks, a month. It all depends. Okay, so I've talked to a variety of condo owners here that do have rentals, and they all seem to do pretty well. Panama is a country different than the U.S. It's harder to get a mortgage, and even if a Panamanian gets a mortgage, it's not as good as the U.S. Normally they have to have a larger down payment, like 40%, maybe 50%, And I'm gonna sit down. I'm getting tired of standing. And so on and so on. Or they pay cash, or they use seller financing. Okay. For my house in Casita I'm moving into, I asked my real estate agent I'm using, when you get rental property, you down in Panama, you also use a realtor to find a rental property. It's different than the States. And I asked her about the possibility of this. My house that I'm moving into is also for sale. Houses that go for sale in Panama, they take a while to sell. Sometimes they take years. Sometimes they never sell. If someone does buy a house in Panama and gets a mortgage or pays cash, it's at least a 3 month process if they're paying cash. And if they get a mortgage, it's closer to a 4 month process. In the US, 30 to 45 days if you're getting a mortgage, 2 to 3 weeks if you're paying cash. So it takes longer here in Panama. It's a more relaxed way of life in Panama. Everything's slowed down just a bit. It's more relaxed, except for the driving. Okay. So we shall see. We shall see what I do. What about you? What do you think you would want to do? If you're an investor in the U.S., do you want to buy a condo in the U.S. somewhere? Condos can be anywhere. There's lots of condos in Florida. You can think they might be more on beach communities because they are, but they're also inland, and there's condos in the Shenandoah Valley where I used to live in Virginia. So, but real quick here, do you like to read? I read a book back in the 90s by James Michener. James Michener is now deceased. He wrote a variety of novels, usually thick novels. Alaska, different ones. And I read one, according to the internet, it was published in 1992. It's called The World Is My Home by James Michener. It's like an autobiography of how the world is his home. And I remember reading it. I was much younger guy then. And I gave a copy of it to my grandfather for Christmas, or just gave it to him. He was probably in his 60s or 70s at the time. And I remember he told me he read it and was like, huh. And he asked me one time, he was like, Mazske, why'd you give this to me? what's like the point of it? I was like, I don't know, I thought you'd enjoy it. But he was not a world traveler. He had been in World War II himself and been over to Europe and stuff. But not like James Michener. James Michener, he literally traveled the world. Okay? And that's how I like to see myself. I don't know how long I'll live. I don't know how my finances will be to support this, but I see myself with doing more traveling. If we stay in Panama, it could be my hub. I love the idea of going down into South America. I have been to the country of Peru way back in the 80s. I went to Lima, Cusco, and Machu Picchu. I'd like to go back there again to see it again. I'd also like to go to Uruguay and Colombia and Chile, Tierra del Fuego, maybe. But I'd also like to go to Spain and Italy and France myself, and Portugal and Madeira. And I'd like to go to Africa sometime, maybe Hong Kong and some other places. So we shall see, we shall see. You know, traveling can be expensive, but we shall see. But that's the thing with financial independence. If you can get financially independent through investing, you create options for yourself. And once you create options for yourself, you can make the world how you want to make it. I made a video a couple days ago about your piece of paradise. Find your spot. It doesn't have to be Panama. You may hate Panama. Find your spot. It's going to start raining harder, I think. Find your spot to get your own paradise. Do it through investing. You may love where you live at right now and you may never want to move. But by becoming financially independent, you can create more vacations for yourself. You know, or eat out every night in a restaurant if that's what you want to do. But be careful with that. You know, the calories will add up and the salt and the sugar will add up. So, by the way, what's your biological age? Functional health. If you get those blood tests, they will compute based on your test scores, your biological age. My goal is over time to keep my biological age at least a decade younger than me, but I'd like to get it 2 decades younger than me. Down into the, probably my 50s, down into my 30s. I don't know if that's possible. I just don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Too much good food here in Panama, but we're trying to be frugal at the moment because we are supporting two households right now. I got my house in Florida. I still pay my mortgage and my insurance and my taxes, and I'm paying to have it rehabbed, and it's costing a pretty penny. And I'm paying to live at an Airbnb, and I'm paying to rent a house and with a casita. So, but anyway, it's hard for me to see. Oh yeah, the timer. These sunglasses, it's hard for me to see the phone, but I think I'm at 15 minutes. So, hopefully I made some sense in this video. Hopefully you enjoyed the entertainment and the views. Give you one last view of that down there. And I don't know if you can hear the waves crashing down there. We slept one night here with the windows open, and you could hear the waves breaking against the beach down there. It's kind of relaxing. So, that being said, have a great day. Take care. Let me know below in the comments what you think about all this. Talk to you soon. Mazske, signing out.